Hi, it's Louise here from FruityLou, and today I'm here with Elise.
Hello.
Yay. Elise, she has a huge YouTube following with more than 350,000 followers, and you've been on the fruity diet and lifestyle path for a couple of years now?
Yep, about 2 years, a
Okay.
little over 2 years.
Yeah. So I just thought it would be really interesting to learn more about you as a person, like who is behind the camera.
Yes.
And I thought, first of all, like, who were you before you started all this? Where did you come from? Like, what was your lifestyle like?
Well, before I got into veganism and a mostly fruit-based diet, I was depressed and anxious, and I went through phases of being suicidal, and I self-harmed, which means that I cut my own skin.
Wow.
I also had a binge eating disorder. I mean, I could kind of say I restricted at some points as well. I just had a terrible relationship with food. I felt really self-conscious. I weighed quite a bit more than I do now. I was never morbidly obese, but I was heavy for my body, and I just didn't feel good.
Oh, wow.
And I was always like lashing out to my mother because I was very close-ish with her at the time, but it would just be like unkind to her and wouldn't be very, I guess, able to get in touch well with my friends because I was just in such a low place. I had a hard time connecting with people. So
Right.
overall, like, wasn't doing too well.
No, doesn't sound like it. So on your channel today, you share a lot of great information. And I just wonder, like, were you born wise, or was it because of all this pain that you started to be able to do that? How did it happen?
Yeah, good question. Well, I feel like on the grand scheme of things, the pain that I went through was not too bad. Like, I didn't
Right.
feel good. I felt really low mentally and physically, but people have been through some insane things, and I feel like in general, like, I didn't have a very bad upbringing. Like, my parents were kind to me. There was no abuse in the household. They did the absolute best they could in raising me, and it was a pretty healthy environment as far as that goes, and I was never really bullied in school. Like, I had a good childhood. I just kind of always had like a positive and calm demeanor, and I guess I've kind of always had a little bit of wisdom in me. I always felt different than my friends. I always felt like I connected with older individuals, and even now, like, some of my friends from high school, I connect better with their parents right now
Right.
than I do with them. So I've always felt a little bit ahead in
Okay.
many ways, like as far as compassion goes and understanding like how to speak with people, how to convey my thoughts and feelings. So I know that there's like a bit of nature and nurture, so I'm sure like I wasn't just born completely like this.
No.
Like, possibly it's the way that my parents raised me. I can't give any specific examples. I just know, like, I don't think it was from the pain that I've grown into this. I've
Right.
kind of always felt a little different.
Okay, interesting. And so, yeah, for the past couple of years, you've spread this fruity message and all about self-love and minimalism, and you have a huge amount of followers, like I mentioned. And what was it like to suddenly see your channel take off? Because you had some videos that went viral suddenly.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What was that like?
So I had about 55,000 subscribers maybe 2 months ago or 3 months ago. Now I have 355,000.
Wow.
And yeah, 3 videos at this point have gone pretty viral. And it was a big shock to me, but I also did feel that I deserved it.
Right.
I had worked really hard and consistently uploaded videos once, like 1 per week to 3 times per week for at
Okay.
least 1 full year. And I never talk badly about people on my channel. I don't get involved with vegan drama at all. I don't even like answer questions that are about other people.
Right.
I just keep it really clean and kind and motivating, and I do I try so hard to share a variety of different topics so people can not only learn about veganism and eating a raw vegan diet, but about minimalism and having a smaller footprint on the planet and loving themselves, because like all of it, to me, it all comes together, and I've tried to share that. So if it impacted me in any way, it's just made me more conscious of the messages that I'm putting out, and like every word that I say and share on the camera it just makes me more conscious and want to be, I don't know, more inspirational and just very clear in the way I come across. I don't want to share any negative ideas at all.
And you told me that it was kind of an accident that they went viral, or you don't really know why.
Yeah.
How did it make you feel? Was it scary that suddenly this many people were following you, or how did it make you feel inside?
It felt exciting. I mean, it wasn't scary. It was really interesting following and trying to figure out why it happened. I do think that my removing dreadlocks videos, I used to have dreadlocks and now I brushed them all out. There weren't many videos about that process on YouTube before, and I think that that's why that very first video went viral, because it was providing a new insight that like did not exist before. So once I started to see like hundreds of thousands and now millions of views on these videos, and then I gained the subscribers, I realized that I'm now impacting so many people who had no interest in veganism, who were interested in dreadlocks. And then I also had a video about why I don't wear bras. So those people weren't necessarily interested in living a fruity life either. And now their mind is blown and they're just like, wow, I didn't know this existed. So that excites me that I can share this with people who weren't even looking for it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm also curious about, is there any like early mistakes you made? What was going on in the beginning? Did you mess up something, or?
Yeah, I would say I've always been very health focused. I never had like a vegan junk food phase or anything like that. I guess one mistake that I've made is not letting go of certain relationships that were no longer contributing positively to my life. It took me a little while to understand that I had to let go of that baggage, kind of, to continue moving forward and to open up space for new relationships that were more positive and helpful in my life. I would say that's probably the biggest thing. So if you're holding on to a friendship or a relationship or staying in an environment that's unhealthy, let it go.
Get out.
And it's a hard thing to do, but you can write down like a list of 3 things, like here are the top 3 ways that I can slowly let go. Like maybe stop answering the person as often, maybe search for a new home to live in, find new roommates. You just got to brainstorm and know that that's important to open up more space.
And then obviously with the channel that big and that many views, you're gonna get a lot of haters.
Yes.
So how do you deal with them?
Good question. I never really got many haters at all before the videos went viral. And it seems that the majority of haters are on the viral videos, which makes sense. You know, people who aren't looking for a positive, healthy lifestyle are going to be more likely to hate on me. So it doesn't really affect me.
No?
And I think that perhaps that's just because I'm so confident in what I'm doing. Like people would say that my armpit hair is disgusting because I don't shave my armpits, and they would say that means that I'm dirty and I should go shower and I need to like clean myself up, but I know that that's totally untrue. So I guess I just find a lot of false claims in a lot of the hate that I get, and it's easy to kind of laugh it off. It doesn't really trigger anything. But yeah, I can see how it would with somebody who's not totally sure in what they're doing. So it's important to like get clear on exactly what you want so that stuff like that doesn't affect you.
Okay. And then there's something else I noticed now that I met you, and that is that you're quite short.
I am.
How tall are you?
I'm 4'10".
Okay. And do you know what that is in meters?
I want to say... No, I'm not sure.
Never mind. But short.
Yes.
Has that ever been a problem for you? Like, did you feel bad about it? Were you criticized? Has it affected your self-esteem in any way, you know?
I've never really been like intensely teased about my height before, but people make comments all the time. They're like, oh, you're so short, like shorty, how tall are you? Do you have trouble with this? Or like, I don't know. People make comments all the time, but none of them are very mean. So it hasn't really affected me that negatively. I like being small, Sometimes it's hard to find clothes to fit me properly, and I'll have to hem some pants, or like I can't get long sleeve shirts because the sleeves will be really long on me. But as far as like mentally, it hasn't really affected me. I kind of like being petite and small, and I feel more childlike almost in my size.
Oh, wow, yeah, of course.
Which is fun. Like I can sit on a chair and have my knees up very easily and comfortably. It's more comfortable for me probably than most people on airplanes and
that's true.
things like that. So I don't really have any issues with it. Not too many. Yeah.
It's good that you deal so well with these kind of things.
Yeah.
Other people might have had so many problems.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're doing good.
Yeah.
So, what has been the biggest challenge for you since you started your channel? Like, has there been something that has been hard in the whole process?
Let's see. In the beginning, it was hard for me to get in front of the camera because I felt really uncomfortable in my body. I felt like my face is bigger than it should be. It's not as tight and slim, and my arms look this big, and I would just avoid recording a video because I felt like people would judge me, and I was trying my best to eat all raw at that time. And I felt like I wasn't the image of a raw vegan, so I felt like people would comment and say like, you don't look like you're raw or something like that. So I was definitely self-conscious in the beginning. So that was like a mistake, was to not just get in front of the camera and show my entire journey. That's the question, right? What mistakes?
Yeah. What were the biggest challenges?
Biggest challenges, yeah. It's been challenging to, now that my channel is big, answer everybody on a personal level.
Right.
And I want to, but I can't. And that's been a challenge. For a long time, I was answering as many as I could. And then I realized I can just take all of the questions and comments and answer them in a video format to share with more people. So that's kind of how I overcame one of my struggles.
Perfect. And the final question is, who are you today compared to who you were before you started this whole journey?
Good question again.
Yeah.
Well, today I am living in Hawaii. I have overcome my eating disorder like crazy. It's insane how different I relate to food now than I did. And I focus on myself and taking care of myself before like anything else. I mean, my close relationships, I care for those people and I love those people and give them my time and everything, but it's really important that I get enough sleep, that I get out in the sunshine almost on a daily basis if I can, that I'm hydrated, that I'm eating a lot of raw fruit, I guess not cooked fruit, that I'm eating well, that I'm exercising. That's something that makes me feel really good. When I take any of those things out of my life, or when they get out of balance, I don't feel as good, and then I can't get in front of a camera and share motivating things.
So you have down days if you do.
Yeah, if I miss a couple days in the gym, or if I stay up late, or if I don't handle my stress properly, like if I'm not journaling or meditating or just taking a walk on my own, if I don't handle things properly, and if I don't really take care of myself, then I can't do my job. I can't share and help others.
But most of the time now you're
I'm like on
awesome.
point. I feel like I've really gotten a grasp on all of the things that are key, and I just like who I am now is a person who really takes care of themselves and shares with others how they can do that too.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story and personal life with us.
Thank you for having me on your channel.
You. And they can find you on?
My channel is called Raw Alignment, and you can find everything else through that channel.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye. If you would like to know more about how I got well naturally, you can go to my website and get more information. Here you can get a Get Started guide where I tell you all about the diet and lifestyle that I used, and you can also download my top 5 tips totally free. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.